My name is Jasmine Ramirez, and the topic that I have chosen is influence. According to an article by Laverne Barrett and Anita Hall, the definition of influence is a force one person, the agent, exerts on someone else, the target, to include a change in the target, including changes in behaviors, opinions, attitudes, goals, needs, and values, and the ability to affect the behavior of others in a particular direction. The article discusses tactics to use when attempting to get people influenced. These tactics include hard and soft categories. So, the hard ones, the target feels like they don't really have a say in the decision, and soft ones, the target feels more included. And they have about 8 of these options. One that is a bit more on the hard side is pressure, and that is defined by demanding or threatening influence to try and get the target to go with your decision. And a more moderate kind would be integration, where you have people think of you highly before they are influenced by your decision to agree with you. And then one that would be very highly likely to work would be consultation, in which you have everybody participate in the decision and feel like they are part of making the decision and they're happy with that choice. Whenever you have people who are you're trying to influence, there are 3 ways for an outcome. They can either be influenced and use resistance, to which they don't agree with what you're trying to get and they resist your idea. They can be compliant, in which they go with the idea that you have brought up to them, but they're not excited about it. And then there's people who are committed and they truly believe in the goal that you have set forth. One of the websites that I used was Diesel Law's blog, and it is more about influence and how to get people to think that you're an influential person. And there were some steps involved in that. One of the first step that he talked about was build something, because when you create a product, people are interested and they want to know more about it, and they think you're smart and you have something to tell them. The next step was taking risks. You don't get anything accomplished if you don't try. Sharing your experiences. Throughout life, we have lots of experiences and we share them with other people, and that makes them more intrigued and they want to know more about us. And more than likely, there's information that you know that they want to know as well. Show your face. If a lot of people know who you are, they'll be more likely to recognize you and want to pay attention, especially if they recognize you for some sort of information or something that they want to know. Stand for something. Whenever there is a situation in which you're kind of wishy-washy or it's like a political debate, make sure that you pick one side and stay with it so that they know that you'll stand firm for a decision. Speak confidently. Confidence is very powerful whenever you're dealing with influence, because you just have power. Be nice. Whenever you're nice, people feel that you're more approachable and that whatever you're trying to influence them with is something that's going to be for their benefit. Being interactive, you have to actually go out there and deal with the people that you want to be on your side, that you want to lead, so they don't just know you from a distance, they actually feel a personal connection with you. Being everywhere, it gives examples of being on Twitter and Facebook and different social medias, so that your face is out there and people can be in contact with you and ask you questions, even if they can't just see you on a daily basis. The next step was giving free advice. Always be willing to talk to somebody and tell them about you and your goals and your tasks and your life. And the last step was have an entourage, have people that follow you and they just want to be around you because you have something that they want, or they're inspired by you, or people want to be around you. The last The last article that I found was actually from Gauntry Group, and it is all about being influential, and it kind of is more of a personal, has a couple of surveys so that you can pick what you think your personality style is like. And the first part of it is assessing your skill, and you take a little quiz, and it has different types of dimensions, and they include self-awareness and understanding others, and you take the test and you find out where you score so that you know where you stand when you're starting. And then you can pick one of these goals, the next step, to focus on, and you have to figure out which one would be most beneficial for you to work on. If you work on this one and you kind of do okay at it, would it be better if you pick one you're not so good at to do better? Focus your personal power. There's also a quiz for you to do to find out what kind of power you have, what kind of power you use, and then there's also a way to tell you how to deal with other people so you can use your power and involve that with others. And then you always want to get feedback from a friend, from a colleague, somebody that you can trust about how you're doing with your goals and how your interactions are. And you always want to make sure that you constantly are focusing on your goals. So that is just a little bit about how being influential helps with leadership.